good, Eagles fans? Welcome to another episode of Chalk It Up, where no matter if you win or if you lose, we just got to charge it to the gang. I know it's been a while. It's been a long time. I haven't put out any content since COVID or since the beginning of COVID. However you want to put it, however you want to slice it, it doesn't even matter. The football season is amongst us. We are currently in week 2, and the Philadelphia Eagles are currently 0-1 because they blew a 17-point lead with the Washington Redskins last week. But nonetheless, let bygones be bygones. We are in week 2, and the Eagles are facing off against the LA Rams, led by Jalen Ramsey and Aaron Donald and Jared Goff. Thank God they ain't got Gurley anymore. But this is a huge week for the Eagles. The Eagles need to bounce back. If the Eagles do not bounce back, the Eagles are going to look very, very, very questionable, especially Carson Wentz. Carson Wentz went to bed last week. It's obvious. We all know it. He didn't really deliver the game that we thought he was going to deliver. Started out good, though. Started out very methodical, very calculated. But then it started going downhill mid-second quarter, and we were bailed out by a 55-yarder by Jalen Reagor. But things already seem to be going downhill. But regardless, the guy is talented. He needs to be a little bit more mindful of the situation. Sometimes he has the habit of forcing things when he really doesn't need to. Doesn't need to. We were up 17-0, and he did some things that I consider to be extremely, extremely questionable. But it's a new week, a new matchup, and we've tended to have good luck against the Rams. But in the same breath, we've always had the Washington football team's number. Did I call them the Redskins earlier? I apologize if I did. But the Washington football team, we've always had their number as well. And look what they did. They punched us in the mouth last week. And we do not need another moment like that. And one thing I can say about this Eagles team, one thing I can say about Doug Peterson and Carson Wentz, they are very aware when it comes to, okay, we screwed up last week. We can't let that happen the way it happened again. And I don't think we're going to see that kind of game from Carson Wentz going forward. I personally don't believe so. And I honestly hope so as well. The guy is supremely talented. There's no question about it. He just has to be much more conscious of situations, and you don't got to be Superman all the time. You got the speed now. You don't got to be Superman all the time, boy. We're missing Alshon Jeffrey. We're missing that tall go-to possession receiver. J.J. Arcega-Whiteside is supposed to be that guy, but he had 0 targets last week. That needs to change this week, and we also need to feed Goddard some more because he is electric, and Ertz as well. That's another conversation for another day because Ertz and Goddard, I don't know who we going to keep in the long run. But nonetheless, week 2, LA Rams at Philadelphia Eagles. And we got to be extremely mindful of multiple things. That D-line led by Aaron Donald is a wrecking ball. And Wentz knows it. We've done a pretty fair job of monitoring him and not really letting him cause too much havoc in the past. But we cannot rely on the past knowing what the Eagles did last week. At this point, we're currently strictly only worrying about the present. So, what do the Eagles need to do? First things first, they need to understand that the O-line is not at full strength. I believe Lane Johnson is back this week. I want to give Jack Driscoll a lot of respect. The right tackle, the rookie from last week, he played right tackle, covering for Lane Johnson. I got to admit, he only gave up 1 sack last week. Granted, you shouldn't give up any sacks at all, but for his first rookie start, gave up 1 sack, and he was very, very good. Very good. So Eagles O-line is somewhat getting back to form, but if we're being honest, I don't really trust Herbig at right guard. I just don't. The Eagles need to find a way to get that O-line moving with Wentz. They need to find a way to get Jason Kelce to move that O-line. And we need to find ways to put Wentz in positions that he's mastered in. We need to find ways to put Wentz in situations that he's able to really take advantage of his talent and his skill set. We need to get Jalen Reagor open. We need to get the D-Jack open. Arcega-Whiteside needs to find a way to get open. I don't know what happened last week. I have no questions about our tight ends. Miles Sanders is coming back. So we have some things falling into place. So if the Eagles are going to win this game, they need to come out swinging. They need to understand that this may be a dogfight because the Rams are not a joke. And the O-line needs to protect our guy, our moneymaker, our investment. And also, in other news, Jalen Hurts is active today. I don't know what they got planned. I don't know what they're going to do. But Hurts is active as the number 2 QB. Listen, a lot of people talk trash about him being a second-round pick and the Eagles wasting that pick on him and whatever. What's done is done, and let bygones be bygones. Regardless, Hurts is active, and we're going to see if the Eagles incorporate him within the game plan. I'm so excited, and I got a good feeling that the defense is going to be the one to really decide this game. I know Wentz needs to play a good game, but I got a feeling defense needs to hamper down, lock down that running game, and Darius Slay needs to be the leader of these guys. He had great tape last week. He pretty much had Terry McLaurin under control. And the Rams have very sturdy B+, A- wide receivers, and Cooper Kupp and Robert Woods. So we need to put some respect on their name. But it's going to be a good week of football. I can't wait to discuss the aftermath. Hey, listen, Lord willing, we get this dub. Make sure y'all tune in to Chalk It Up with your boy Tone Deshields. I love y'all. Fly Eagles fly.